This next story is like none you've ever heard before. After more than a year off the job, a Willimantic firefighter is back at work. And he has his partner to thank for saving his life. But there's so much more to this story. Heidi Boyd is here with an NBC Connecticut exclusive that will have you asking, what are the chances? Heidi?
Carrie Lee, Kevin Theriault returned to work yesterday. It was a day he almost didn't live to see. That is until a brother firefighter stepped in with a life-saving transplant that truly defied the odds.
On the worst days of people's lives, firefighters rush in to help.
I meet them on their worst day of their life, whether it's on an ambulance call, auto accident, or a house fire.
And on Kevin Theriault's own worst day?
Yeah, it was September 10th. That was my worst day, not knowing what was going to happen next.
It was a fellow firefighter who saved his life, his partner on the job for nearly 20 years, Peter Bruscato.
It wasn't just as, hey, let's get him a good quality life back. Let's get him back doing the job that he loves.
In February 2016, Kevin got sick with what he thought was a sinus infection or the flu. But 6 months later, he was rushed to Hartford Hospital in kidney failure. Tests revealed Kevin had Wegener's granulomatosis, a rare autoimmune disease. His job and his life, both on the line.
Doc's like, yeah, you could have died last night because you were so toxic.
When it became clear Kevin needed a kidney transplant, he didn't even have to ask.
The next thing that comes out of somebody's mouth in here when they find out that a family member or a firefighter or somebody is sick is, all right, what can we do to help?
His fellow Willimantic firefighters stepped up to get tested as living organ donors. And what are the chances?
He called me, he says, tag, I'm it.
Peter was the perfect match. The transplant surgery this September was a success.
And as Kevin recovered from that surgery, his brother and sister firefighters here came through yet again, this time donating their own sick days to help him get through the last few months.
Now it's back to work for these brothers, bonded like never before. But there's another twist of fate here in this firehouse. Wegener's disease is rare.
1 in 300,000 people get this disease.
But Peter already knew that. His own wife survived it 15 years ago. How do you explain that?
Some call it luck, some call it faith, some call it somebody watching over us. Maybe it's because of what we do, I don't know.
One thing Kevin knows for sure is how very grateful he is.
I mean, he was my friend, my best friend before, but now what do you do? How do you say thank you to a guy?
Isn't that amazing? The brotherhood there. And Kevin and Peter tell me they really want to get the word out about organ donation, especially living organ donation, because Kevin said if he was on the deceased donor list, he could have been waiting 5 to 7 years. He may not have survived that long.
So it's incredible for so many reasons. As I was listening to the story, the twists and turns just keep on coming. They were bonded all this time and just didn't know how many ways. And this experience has obviously brought them even closer, if that was even possible. It just gives me chills every time I hear it.
I love it. It's good news, especially this time of the year.
Great news. Yeah,
so, congratulations. We're glad to hear he's back at work.